My name is Ben Cool, I'm a sports analyst and host of BC Stacy. Today I'm interviewing Mickey Doolittle, a play-by-play broadcaster. Thanks for coming.
Of course, anytime. Thanks for having me.
I'm excited for our conversation ahead. I appreciate you taking the time. Been scheduled to join me.
Of course, anytime.
I have any questions for you.
Shoot away.
How did you get started being a fill-in play-by-play for the Baltimore Orioles?
That was with their double A affiliate. I was looking for something after graduation, and it was tough because like minor league baseball starts in March, and I graduate in May. So I was looking for something that was a little more temporary, and the double A affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles, the Chesapeake Bay Sox, their media relations assistant opened up. So I applied for that, got it. The two broadcasters there, Andre Magaro and Gareth Kwok, were great guys to learn from. I got a ton of media relations experience, which is really essential if you want to get into play-by-play. And ultimately, they were nice enough to let me on air a couple of times, and was fortunate enough to get a couple of innings with them. So that was super cool to get my first minor league baseball experience super young. But I'm forever grateful for them.
Gnarly. How did this set you up for success?
Oh, it set me up in so many ways. As you probably know, play-by-play isn't just getting really good at play-by-play. It's everything else. It's everything on the peripheral, the media relations, the video editing, the podcast editing, whatever it may be. You need to be able to do everything.
Hmm.
And that set me up with all of those, I don't want to call them secondary skills, but all those skills that complement the actual play-by-play in actual minor league baseball, which was huge. And again, I'm just so grateful for that opportunity, and I've learned so much from the both of them.
That sounds awesome. And who is your favorite play-by-play for the Baltimore Orioles?
My favorite play-by-play broadcaster for the Baltimore Orioles.
And what?
Probably Kevin Brown, their TV play-by-play broadcaster. I feel like he's everybody's favorite. He's younger. I think he's a Syracuse guy. But he just brings such a joy and a passion to the broadcast. There was him singing a couple of years ago on the broadcast, and it's so fun to listen to guys that engage the audience not only from a stats and storylines perspective, but everything else. You're well-rounded culturally, and you can understand all the different references that you can throw in the broadcast. So I do love Kevin Brown. Really great guy. And yeah, I think that would be my favorite.
My favorite broadcaster is Eric Collins for the Charlotte Hornets.
Eric Collins is electric. I love Eric Collins, especially, doing college football in Charlotte. Yeah, that's a really good pick.
And because I want to work with him, using me, being cool, to get the people alive in the hive.
For sure, for sure.
And who was your favorite broadcaster?
So I grew up on the West Coast. That's where I am right now. I grew up listening to the Giants broadcast. So Mike Krukow, Dwayne Kuiper, Dave Fleming, and John Miller. It's funny. A lot of people say the TV broadcast, and I love them. Kruk and Kuip. I'd have to go with the radio guys. I'd have to go with Dave Fleming and John Miller. The two of them just have such a rapport. It's funny, like the older John Miller, the Hall of Famer, with the younger Dave Fleming. He's younger, but he's been around for a while now. Those two, I think I learned the most from, and I probably listened to the most growing up. They, again, are just such fundamentally great broadcasters in such different ways. John Miller is obviously one of the greatest storytellers of all time. He actually had a stint with the Baltimore Orioles, which was funny enough. But yeah, I think I'd have to go John Miller and Dave Fleming with that answer.
Rock on. And what is being on the radio like? And what's your favorite memory?
Being on the radio is pretty cool. I kind of prefer radio to TV. although, it's hard to choose in this industry, but if I had to choose a slight preference, it would probably be radio, just because it's such a pure form of play-by-play. The audience is completely blindfolded. It's a good time to, you're basically the only person that's bringing the audience through this game. Like, you need to paint that image, and it presents some unique challenges. There's unique challenges with TV as well, but I think radio is one of my favorites. My favorite memory is probably coming back home. So I was with KCOU, the student radio station at the University of Missouri, and was able to travel to the NCAA tournament when they made it back in 2023 season. And they actually played in Sacramento, California, my hometown. So I got to broadcast a couple of games at my home arena, Golden One Center, home of the Sacramento Kings. And that was super cool. Ended up losing to Princeton that year in their Cinderella run. But it was one of the coolest experiences I've ever had, regardless of play-by-play, or sports media, life overall. So that was super cool.
That sounds pretty cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
And what advice do you have for somebody like me who wants to broadcast?
I'd say get your experience everywhere. A, get as many reps as you possibly can, but B, get in with the media relations department at your local indie ball minor league team. Get in with the social media, start making multimedia content, start making game notes. It's so essential to have those secondary skills. Again, I don't want to call them secondary skills because a lot of times that's what gets you jobs. So I'd say, get those secondary skills of, media relations, social media type stuff like that you see broadcasters doing in addition to their play-by-play duties.
For the advice. And thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for taking the time to sit down with me for an interview. It was an absolute pleasure to speak with you, hear your insights, your stories, perspective, are inspiring. Grateful for the opportunity to learn from you.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me, and best of luck going forward.
Come back again soon. We're
Of
going,
course.
we're
Of
going.
course.
That's the end of my show. See you soon, everyone.